Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. I am your host Ikwa, and this is where we'll be spilling tea hotter than a cauldron on full boil. Today, we're diving into the Wizarding World's juiciest beef yet. Forget Harry versus Draco. Today, we're discussing J.K. Rowling absolutely dunking on Emma Watson, and it's giving all the vibes of a Quidditch World Cup upset. Grab your wands, hit that like button, and let's apparate into the drama. So to set the stage, back in '97, J.K. Rowling, a single mum, is grinding away in Edinburgh writing Harry Potter on cafe napkins. By 2001, her books are a global phenomenon, and enter 11-year-old Emma Watson as, Hermione Granger. Bushy hair, big dreams, slaying trolls like a boss. And Rowling, well, she's basically Emma's fairy godmother, cheering her on as she becomes a megastar. But fast forward to 2020, and Rowling drops her essay defending women's rights, saying sex is real and single-sex spaces matter, which honestly is an obvious statement, except the world went so crazy over the COVID years that we somehow forgot the most simple basic facts of biology. Rowling opened up this original post talking about trauma and her abuse, assault, and the internet loses it. Death threats, doxing, you name it, Rowling faced it all. And of course, something unexpected occurs. It's not just randoms throwing stray blows, it's Emma. Emma Watson tweets, "Trans people are who they say they are." And at the 2022 BAFTAs, she's like, "I'm here for all the witches." Subtweet much? Of course, Daniel Radcliffe and Rupert Grint then have to jump in on the action. They're acting like they're the new Ministry of Magic. Meanwhile, Rowling's kind of smart. She stays chill about the kids for years, even as they drag her. Now fast forward to September 2025, and the vibe's begun to shift. People are questioning the rush on trans policies, and Emma, well, it's safe to say Emma's feeling the heat.
Smell a rat.
So recently Emma goes on to the On Purpose podcast, and she essentially says, "I treasure Jo, I could never cancel her, I just want to love people I disagree with." Ha! Yeah right, Emma. Absolute garbage. Rowling smells a PR stunt from a mile away, and on September 29th, she drops a 700-word X thread that straight up Expelliarmuses Emma. Over 69 million views and 428,000 likes, and still counting. So reading the tweet, we can see she's written here, "Emma and Dan in particular have both made it clear over the last few years that they think our former professional association gives them a particular right, nay, an obligation to critique me and my views in public. Years after they finished acting in Potter, they continue to assume the role of de facto spokespeople for the world I created." This is what I find hilarious, folks. It's the fact that Rowling is essentially a surrogate parent of Emma and Dan. She made their careers. Without her and her story, they'd be nothing. I mean, sure, they may have made it into Hollywood. They may have had some other movies. But let's be real, would they have had anything as big and successful as Harry Potter?
I think not!
That's right, I think not. So honestly folks, this is quite hilarious. Emma sent a handwritten I'm sorry note to Rowling in 2020 via a middleman while publicly fanning the flames. And Rowling's like, "You think a post-it note makes up for sicking the mob on me?" She even quotes the note. "I'm so sorry for what you're going through." It's hilarious. Rowling had her number. No excuse for that weak sauce. But wait, Rowling, of course, being the writer and being quite smart when it comes to writing things given it's her career, she saves the best till last. She starts to drag Emma's privilege through the mud. Emma has never lived like an adult. Life uncushioned by wealth and fame. She's ignorant of how ignorant she is. Mic drop moment. On the contrast, of course, Rowling has put up with quite a lot of hardship in her life, at least before she wrote Harry Potter. She's struggled with poverty, she was a single mother, and yeah, her life's been pretty tough. However, Emma, of course, what we need to realize is She's been in the limelight since being a child. She literally cannot function normally in society because she's never had to experience a normal life. Emma adorns the kind of false, preachy facade that so many other stars in Hollywood and just celebrities in general put on. It's all about being in the club, following the latest trend, making sure that you're on the right side of history, as they call it. And these people will eat you like dogs if you as so dare step out of line with their views. I'm just so glad we get to see Emma being spanked by Rowling in the public eye. It's absolutely hilarious. I mean, the fact that she's been put on blast, been shown to be privileged, and been shown to not practice what she preaches and flip on a dime as soon as the culture changes, just like so many celebrities do, it's honestly hilarious. Real talk though, this isn't just celebrity gossip, it's more like the culture war unfolding in front of our eyes. Rowling is obviously in the right, in my opinion. Like, I'm not against trans folk, I don't hate their existence, I think do what you want to do, but yeah, don't impede on women's spaces, good grief. And this is the other thing, I think most of the public has taken to this position at this point. We all were in a way terrified that the cancellation would come for us, you'd lose your job, you'd lose your friends, your family for speaking out against this movement. But in all honesty, people have finally actually woken up, and it's not in the way that the woke people wanted us to. No, we've woken up to the truth and we've just started to proclaim it. And the truth hurts sometimes, but at the end of the day, you literally cannot be having men in women's sports, in women's bathrooms, just again, in women's spaces, and vice versa. Some men will be uncomfortable with that. Of course, I don't think it would be as many as the women uncomfortable with men being in their spaces, but I think still some blokes will not enjoy having women in their spaces. Men, this is the thing, we barely actually get time to ourselves these days. There aren't really men's spaces like there used to be in the past. You used to have gentlemen's clubs, for instance. These were a big staple of the early 20th century, but really come post-war, I would say, maybe slightly later to the 60s and 70s, these start to die out, which I don't think has done society any good. I think men's spaces and women's spaces are necessary for a healthy, functioning, cohesive society. There's a lot more I could say about the topic, but to be honest, this video's dragging on as is. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed it. This is a bit more slop tube, it's kind of different to my current content I've been pumping out, but still, drop a like, drop a comment, and maybe subscribe whilst you're here. Anyway, let me know what team you're on, Team Emma, Team JK, I'm obviously Team JK, but yeah, nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.